It's been said that better questions lead us naturally to better answers, and that it's in not knowing that we open the doorway to knowing. I'm Scott Lennox, and you're listening to The Beautiful Question, a consideration of things that truly matter in a complex world. Where are peace and happiness to be found, and how do we go about getting our hands on them? Stay with me this week as we consider ways of turning our thinking in the right direction so that we can actually find what we're looking for. While we cooked our Thanksgiving dinner, two of my sisters and I talked about what the youngest members of the family want for Christmas. I can still remember writing out my own wish lists as a boy, some of which came true. There was a certain Lionel electric train that I played with endlessly, and a Gilbert chemistry set that helped open my budding scientific mind. Yet, when it comes to what we truly desire, it's not about wish lists or Santa Claus or fanciful dreams. For more than 20 years as a counselor and consultant, I've been asking people in a wide variety of settings the same two questions. What do you want more than anything else? And what are you willing to do to have what you deeply desire? Earlier this week, I asked those questions of a new client. He didn't tell me I want a Ferrari or to win the lottery or a new house or a new job. Instead, his answers were consistent with what I've been told by countless others. After reflecting for only a moment, he said, I want to be happy and I want to be peaceful. I'm convinced that his answers innately arose from somewhere deep within him and were not imposed by outside forces or ideas or social customs. The desire to be happy and peaceful comes from the most authentic part of us, the part that wants us to be fully alive and in balance with ourselves and with life. But happy and peaceful are only concepts. By themselves, there's nothing to measure or discreetly identify. That being so, another question arises. What measurable behaviors, what real steps in the real world can we take to build or return to the peace and happiness or contentment that are always deep within us? Identifying and implementing the measurable qualities of being fully alive is a central part of the journey that we're on in these weekly Beautiful Question considerations and meditations. When we look to the world around us, ideas about peace and happiness can get confusing. Much of our literature, music, film, and social programming tell us that peace and happiness come from sources outside of us. And so we tell ourselves things like, when I acquire or experience X, Y, or Z, then I'll be happy. Or if he or she will only love and appreciate me, then I'll be happy. Or when I reach the goal I've been dreaming of, then I'll be happy. And that falls into what we could call outside-in thinking, in which the source of our happiness or peace seems to be outside us. The problem with that kind of thinking is a significant one. If peace or happiness come from something or someone outside us, when that source leaves or is taken away, peace and happiness necessarily go with it. Having what we want is completely beyond our control. So let's flip it and consider inside-out thinking, starting with the fact that we are the only ones who can make us happy and peaceful. Inside-out thinking begins with personal ownership and sounds something like this. Because I know and love myself, I'll do the things that allow happiness and peace to naturally arise in me. Or, because I have everything I need inside me right now, I choose to be happy with myself and with my life. The more that kind of thinking deepens, the more naturally we are available to the people around us, and the more open we are to the good that is in the world. As I talked a bit more with that new client I mentioned, it was evident that he has an innate sense of himself. Most of us do, even when we're not paying attention to it. His responses were beautiful ones. He recognized that as he becomes more intentional about loving and accepting himself, three things will happen organically. He'll feel calm and centered and peaceful. He'll stop judging himself and others, and he'll be more open and loving with the people around him. As someone who said that he has looked for outside recognition or acknowledgement for most of his life, this will be a marvelous sea change, not only in his thinking, but in the quality of his life and the way he lives it. This week's 6 beautiful questions are about thinking and feeling from the inside out. Question 1. When I become still enough to listen, what kinds of things do I hear myself saying about myself and about my life? 2. What is it that I want more than anything else? 3. In what ways have I been looking to outer circumstances or other people to bring me or give me what I want? Question 4. What measurable things must I do to bring myself the things and the conditions that I most desire? 5. What's in the way of my doing that? And 6. What must I do to remove my own obstacles and truly own my life? Sit with these questions until you hear your own answers, and then write and tell me about it. I'm always willing to listen. As I say each week, my light with your light. Thank you again for listening. I'm always inspired by our collaboration as we work and play together, building better lives and better possibilities for ourselves, for one another, for the world, and for our beautiful planet home. I look forward to your comments and to your feedback. You can also be inspired by visiting my good friends at Cosmos Journal. That's KOSMOS Journal. Their mission is to inform, inspire, and engage global transformation in harmony with all life. You can easily find them online at cosmosjournal.org. And as always, you can find my free podcasts and guided relaxation audios by searching for The Beautiful Question in Apple Podcasts, or SoundCloud, or CastBox, or by visiting the podcast page of my website at scottlennox.com. If you find them useful or encouraging, don't hesitate to share them. I'm Scott Lennox, and this has been The Beautiful Question. The Beautiful Question is a One Light production, written, recorded, produced, and funded by Scott Lennox at Heart Rock Studios in Fort Worth, Texas, as a way of paying forward to life, being fully present, becoming better engaged with things that truly matter in a complex world, and committing to a healthier future for all of us.